Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So basically today I'm going to present my paper. The title is a conceptual paper on factors affecting the behavior of Muslim Generation Y towards house acquisition in Malaysia. Okay, this paper is prepared by me, Fadhil bin Mohammad, and the co-author is from my supervisor, which is Associate Prof. Dr. Siti Salwani and Associate Prof. Dr. Mohammad Saleh. All right, so as you can see, the title is a conceptual paper on factors affecting the behavior of Muslim Generation Y towards house acquisition in Malaysia. So basically, why house? Okay, why house acquisition? Okay, why Muslim? Okay, so we go to intro first. Okay, you can see the words that I have highlighted here. Okay, in orange color, you can see here that house is a basic need for human survival. Okay, but the house price is indicated otherwise. Okay, which is too expensive for most home buyers. Okay, for Maslow hierarchy, which is, I believe you guys may be quite familiar with Maslow hierarchy. Okay, which is the theory of needs. You can see here that according to Maslow hierarchy, okay, shelter or house is considered as psychological needs, where it is the most basic and important need, okay, for the human being. Okay, along with water, oxygen, foods, and clothes. Okay, this is coming from Chuan et al. 2017. Okay, furthermore, in Islam, okay, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, okay, said, "A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Askinuhunna min haitsu sakantum min wujdikum." Okay, provide them. Okay, which is the divorced woman residence where you reside according to your means. Okay, so basically, okay, according to Tahir in 2016, okay, this verse stated that the need of a place of residence as shelter from heat and cold. So which means in Islam as well, okay, provide or said that house or shelter is one of the most basic needs, okay, for humankind. Okay, so but the thing is, even though in conventional perspective, in Islamic perspective, they all agreed that house is very important, is we can consider it as a basic needs. Unfortunately, okay, the house price are currently unmanageable and excessive. Okay, you can see, okay, with the value of a property potentially doubling, okay, in less than 10 years. Okay, uh, you can see that, okay, for example, from RM 150,000 in 2011, okay, maybe will be more than RM 300,000 ringgit in 2023. Okay, so this report is consistent, okay, with the report coming from National Property Information Center, which is from NAPID. Okay, so that's why, and you can see here, okay, the house price has been steadily rising, okay, over the last 10 years. Okay, despite a minor increase in salary. So the increment of housing price compared to the increment of the rate of salary in Malaysia is unmatched. Okay, so that's why, okay, last 10 years, okay, those who just graduated, they able to buy house because the salary compared to the house price at that time is acceptable, but now it's not acceptable at all. So that's why we need to conduct a proper study to see from a detailed perspective. Okay, so this study, which is from my argument, okay, we believe that this gonna be a very I mean, like this situation in terms of the house price, okay, in terms of the rate of the salary, we believe this situation will have greatest impact, okay, on the young generation, okay, and we believe this will be a very impactful, okay, for Muslim Generation Y. Okay, why? Okay, first you can see why we focus on Gen Y, because we believe, okay, this Gen Y, they also have to face more issues. Okay, they have to face another issues, okay, beside the house price. For example, you can see here, youth unemployment, low rate of salary, high general debt, education loan, lack of financial literacy, and lastly, bankruptcy. Okay, this is coming from various papers, okay, also from my paper in 2021. Okay, and in addition, why we piloted this study only on Muslim? Because we believe, not we believe, but we found out that almost 70% out of more than 3,000 Muslim respondents had poor financial literacy and in need for financial literacy support. This one coming from Murugiah 2020. So that's why we focus on Generation Y, and that's why we focus on Muslim. Okay, and furthermore, we use this study, okay, we use ABC theory. Okay, so basically ABC theory is coming from environmental study. Okay, the originality is coming from environmental study in 1996, something like that. Okay, it's coming from Gorgano and Gorgano et al. Okay, so basically, what is ABC theory? ABC theory believes that a behavior is actually it's not only you can see the ABC theory believe that an individual behavior is not only affected by the individual belief, but it is also affected through the interaction between internal and external factors. So which means here, for example, if I only have attitude, okay, to buy house, okay, it's not just that, okay, it must have interaction between external factors. Okay, I have attitude at the same time because of there is government support, okay, to buy the house. That's why it will increase my attitude to buy the house. So basically, they act together. Okay, internal and external factors, they act together to influence the behavior. So this is what ABC theory. Okay, so basically that's why. Okay, that's why we conduct this study to see the behavior. Okay, again, before I forget, I just would like to say that actually this paper I already published in the same conference, okay, or journal last year. So but due to some issues, okay, I cannot present the paper at that time. So now, okay, I present the paper. So you can see, okay, house crisis in Malaysia. You can see here, okay, in 2012, okay, the house transaction, okay, in Malaysia recorded at over 270,000 units. But in 2021, you can see the first table over there, okay, only in 2021, only 198,000. Okay, but the latest one in 1993, quarter 3, okay, as at quarter 3, the sales, okay, or the transaction recorded below than 200,000 transactions. So that's why the house transaction is has been decreasing, okay, over the last 10 years. Okay, this is, I would say, due to maybe the house price or maybe to the purchasing power, okay, from Malaysian. Okay, so of course I have a literature review on Generation Y. Of course, Generation Y, a literature review on Generation Y. As I said before, okay, we touch issues, for example, high debt, okay, unemployment rate. Okay, so this issue, okay, bankruptcy, okay, this issue already surround, okay, Generation Y in Malaysia. At the same time, they also have to face, okay, issue, for example, house price. So that's why we focus on Generation Y. The literature review is here, okay, and also, of course, we also discuss on consumer behavior, and this is, you can see the factors, okay, that I took from previous literatures. You can see house attributes, okay, attitude, okay, consumer data is coming from previous literatures. Okay, so this is ABC theory, as I said before. Okay, ABC theory believe, okay, theorize that a certain behavior is actually coming from internal and external factors that they act together. So a certain behavior is not only influenced by internal factors, a certain behavior is not only influenced by external factors, but actually is influenced by internal and external factors which they act together. Okay, they act together between this internal and external, and they influence, okay, a certain behavior. So this is what is ABC theory. Okay, I think you guys gonna get a big picture after this when you see the conceptual framework that we propose. Okay, so let's see. Okay, of course, we have 5 hypotheses here. Okay, let's go to the proposed research framework. You can see, you can see here that you can see here that this is a proposed research framework where we believe that house acquisition behavior, okay, among Muslim Generation Y is influenced, okay, by attitude, which is internal factors. Okay, this is hypothesis 1. Okay, this is internal factors. Attitude is internal factors. Okay, but not just that. We also believe that house attributes, which is external factors, is also the other uh, indicator. Okay, to influence house acquisition behavior. Okay, which is house attributes ataupun, or we can call them as house features. Okay, the third hypothesis is house locations. The fourth hypothesis is financing factors, and the last hypothesis is house price. Okay. Oh, sorry. Before that, we actually have 9 hypotheses. Okay. Now you have to be clear here that attitude is internal factor. Okay. While house attributes, house location, financing factor, and house price, these 4 are external factors. So basically, you can see internal factors is the hypothesis number 1. And the external factors, which is H2, H3, H4, H5, is external factors. These factors we believe gonna affect or gonna contribute to the house acquisition behavior. But now ABC theory, as I said before, because we use ABC theory theorize, okay, believe that actually not only internal, not only external, but they must act together. That's why we have moderation. So here you can see a moderation effect. Okay, the dot one. Okay, the dot one. You can see H6, H7, H8, and H9. You can see we believe that attitude, the relationship between attitude to house acquisition behavior is actually moderated by house attribute. Okay, that's H6. For H7, we believe that the relationship, okay, between attitude to house acquisition behavior is actually moderated by house location. For H8, the relationship between attitude to house acquisition behavior is actually moderated by financing factors. And the last one, which is hypothesis number 9, we believe that we propose that the relationship between attitude to house acquisition behavior is actually moderated by house price. So that is the framework, okay, proposed framework for this study. Okay, so conclusion. Okay, so we believe this study, okay, this paper gonna have a few contribution. Okay, first, we believe that this study widens the application of the ABC theory. As I said before, this theory is actually very known, okay, very well known in environmental study, okay, in recycle study, okay, in electricity waste study, but not in other study. So that's why we try to test this theory, okay, in a context which is different compared to environmental study, which is house acquisition behavior. So that's why we believe this is going to widen, okay, the application of the ABC theory. Okay, and of course we create theoretical justification as well as offer robust contribution to the expansion and development of the theory. Okay, as I said before, as we further the application, okay, the application of the theory is actually indirectly will create robust contribution to the expansion of the development of the theory. Okay, and secondly, we believe that future study might provide insight on the Muslim Generation Y pattern behavior towards house acquisition and might discover key factors in affecting the house acquisition behavior. So do we believe in this, and which indirectly will help the government, developers, policymaker, as well as other related authorities to understand, okay, the Muslim Generation Y preferences toward house acquisition, and of course to address proper strategies to help them getting their first house. Okay, as I said, the first house for youngsters nowadays is very dilemma. Okay, we are in dilemma, not just them, including me. Okay, you can imagine that we might have a salary of, let's say, 4,000 or 5,000 ringgit, okay, a month. That's actually quite generous already, right? But in reality, okay, maybe the salary maybe 3,000 ringgit or maybe 3,500 ringgit. So with this salary, can you imagine how can they afford a house? Which now, if we are talking about affordable house coming from Rumah Serangaku, from government schemes, affordable scheme of house, affordable house schemes, still the house price is over 250,000 ringgit at least, which indirectly you have to pay monthly, you have to pay over 1,500 ringgit. How can you pay that kind of money? Okay, so that is the problem. Okay, that's why this study is really important to see, okay, everything from the wider perspective. So thank you very much.